Please. Alright, so we are recording. Yay, we're back to this. Just... That's the only word I can describe it, is this. So, who wants to get thrown underneath the bus first?
I mean, I've gotten hit by plenty of buses. So, yes. And by buses, I mean bad stories. Sam, it's Sarah and James. They're trapped upstairs in the Whole Fish Cafe, and it's on fire. I'm on my way, sir. I jumped aboard. Wait, is this chapter 5? Really?
Yeah.
Just kind of skipped ahead. I jumped aboard on Mercury, started her up, and raced out to the fire station, heading towards the quay. However, I was halfway there when a small animal suddenly darted. Wait. Oh.
Keep going.
All right. This is sorry, it's confused me. Starting off. Which sent, I swear sharply, which sent Mercury rolling. She rolled right over me, making me scream in agony as she crushed me body. It says me body.
That makes sense if it were in dialogue, but you know.
It crushed me body.
Arr, suddenly we're a pirate.
Arr, let's sail the 7 seas and plunder all.
Hold on, Acxra. Dingus and Dusseldorf, get out of the cabinets. I'm not gonna have you playing with the cabinets while I'm recording.
Do what you want because a pirate is for you.
You are a pirate. But continue. I'm sorry. My cats were being assholes.
With a sharp gasp, I woke up abruptly. Looking around, I saw that I was still in my hospital room, and it was the middle of the night. I took a few deep breaths to try and control my panic breathing rate. My heart pounded in my chest faster than it usually did when my adrenaline was up. Relax, it's just a dream. More like a nightmare, though. A nurse entered my room, and she turned on the light. Blinded, I quickly covered my eyes with my good hand. Ah! Sorry, is everything okay? I heard you cry out. I'm fine, I muttered. And then Child Saver has made me hate that word.
What? Because everyone was like whispering, murmuring, and whimpering?
Whimper. Jesus.
Jesus Christ. The image of Sam that I have is, you've gotten me to be in love with that fucking webcomic. I actually have a Dreamkeeper version of him in my head, and that's the picture that I have, and that's the picture that I'm seeing right now. So, god damn it, Acxra. Anytime I read these fanfics, I'm just gonna picture their Dreamkeeper forms. But I do agree with you. I hate the word whimpered. I hate having to use it. God damn it, Kara. Why? Continuing.
Then I whimpered slightly. My arm hurts, though. The nurse looked at my chart. I can only give you some paracetamol. I'm afraid. I can only give you some paracetamol, I'm afraid. That's fine. Anything to help stop the pain. The nurse went over to the bench to fetch some medicine. When she returned to my side, she held out 2 small white pills and a glass of water. I systematically put the pills in my mouth before accepting the water to swallow them. Now, you can either take the blue pill or the red pill. Anyways.
Matrix reference.
Are you sure you're alright? The nurse asked me gently. You're looking a little pale. I just shook my head in response. It was only a nightmare. It didn't really happen like that. Sarah and James are perfectly safe, and I moaned tiredly. The nurse took that as a sign that the painkiller was starting to work, so she turned off the light and left the room.
God. Child Savior made me hate the words whimper, whined, murmured, whispered, and moaned. If I see any of those 5 words in a sentence, I go berserk. Are you sure you don't want anything to eat, Sam? Quite sure. I'm not hungry this morning. God, if I could only do Stephen Kinman's voice for Sam. Will you quit fucking around? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the sound Acxra makes.
No, 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 no. That is a very indecent thing to do while recording.
Like, you know, when they say whip out your double click, this is what they mean.
What? Horrible fan fiction?
Yes, please. And hopefully we can get a paragraph that has the word whimper in it. Jesus Christ. God damn it.
Jesus Christ, it's this fanfic.
Are you done making love to your microphone?
My mic was tipping over. I was fixing.
It's just like halfway through the sentence, I feel it like shifted around, and I'm just like, what is he doing? Though with this fanfic, I wouldn't blame you. Anyway, continuing. Nurse Jenkins frowned with concern. She jotted something down on my chart before she left to fetch me a glass of orange juice. That was all I wanted for breakfast that morning. My nightmare from the night before had taken away my appetite. When Nurse Jenkins returned with my orange juice, Dr. Fisher followed her in my room. Morning, Sam. I understand that you've lost your appetite, Perhaps. I'm just not hungry this morning. Is there supposed to be a period there? Is that grammatically correct?
Nope.
No.
Nope,
There needs
that
to be...
is not... The word perhaps is not a full sentence.
Yeah. It's not. There needs to be a comma there. Nurse Jenkins handed me my orange juice, and then she left us. Dr. Fisher frowned thoughtfully. What happened, Sam? Last night we ate everything put in front of you, and now... He placed a hand on my forehead. Are you feeling unwell? No, I sighed as he removed his hand. I had a bad nightmare last night. Dr. Fisher pulled up a chair. What about? Should I tell him? Oh, why not? It couldn't hurt. I had a flashback of my accident, only this time I was on my way to an emergency to rescue my niece and nephew when the accident happened, but Mercury rolled over me and I couldn't finish the sentence. Dr. Fisher looked very concerned. I take it you're homesick as well? I was surprised. How did you know? Simple. You stopped eating, and that's usually the first sign of homesickness. I sighed sadly. Child Savior has also made me hate the word side.
That just doesn't feel right. Like, that sentence.
It doesn't... None of this feels right. I sighed sadly. Sorry. It's not your fault. You can't help it. Now, I want you to try and eat something today. I'll see what I can do. I took a sip of my orange juice as he left the room. I wonder what he meant by that.
Alright.
Go, Ganny boy.
A few hours later, I was staring out of the window towards Pontypandy. Dr. Fisher. He sat down in the armchair beside me. I have good news for you, Sam. Really? Yes. I've spoken with my superior, and we both agreed to let you go home early today, in fact. I was stunned. Today? But I thought I would be here for at least another 3 days. Well, you've been recovering so well that you don't really need to be here any longer. Your brother is already on his way here to collect you. I couldn't stop the grin that spread over my face. I'm going home at last. However, there will be some conditions attached. First of all, you are not to be on your own, so you'll have to stay with your brother and sister-in-law until I remove your cast. Secondly, I'm happy for you to return to work next week, providing you providing you only undertake light office work. You are not to lift anything heavier than a few pieces of paper with your injured hand, and under no circumstances are you to respond to an emergency. I sighed heavily. Understood. I updated Nurse Flood on your condition, and she's going to take over monitoring you while you continue recovering. I nodded, thank you. I really appreciate this. You're welcome. Here's a note and medical art certificate for Chief Fire Officer Boyce. I'd like to give give them to him before you leave Newton. Oh, of course. Thank you so much for everything. Dr. Fisher smiled warmly. All I want to see is you to make a full recovery. Wait, nope.
A fall.
I want
A
to see is
fall.
you make it. All I want to see is you make a fall recovery. You're not going to recover until fall. I'm sorry. And
What
like
the
end
shit?
fall.
You know, like we said before in the second episode, the red squiggly line is not a suggestion.
But still, should have proofread afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Should have looked for mistakes.
Well,
This is.
and you saw the message that she had about the whole grammar issue thing.
I think so.
That was in episode 2, and that was the one that was in. Actually, no, that was episode 3 because episode 2 isn't out yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had to break up the very first recording that we did into 2 parts. So that was episode 3. Episode 3 was when I just got really pissed off.
Oh yeah.
But a fall recovery? Hold on. Let me do some background research here. Let's see. Compound fracture to the arm. Recovery time. According to this, it actually takes 4 to 6 weeks for actually no. A fracture may take up to 4 to 6 weeks, but a compound fracture would be more complicated to heal. Which is what he suffered.
Yeah, still, it would take longer than what it's taking in this story.
Yeah.
Then again, there is no sense of time, so what the fuck?
Yeah. You know what? I actually have to pause the recording real fast.
6.5 hours later.
Oh. I almost fell there.
Doing a stage dive on the disc.
I was making a fall recovery.
Not a full recovery, a fall recovery. The leap of fail.
Nurse Jenkins will help you discharge once your brother gets here, and I'll see you again in 4 weeks for checkup. Hopefully your arm will have healed up enough for me to remove cast entirely, but don't count on it. In all likelihood, I'll replace that cast with lighter one, which you'll wear for further 2 weeks. We'll just have to wait and see what X-ray shows. Okay, I guess I better start packing. Yes, brother won't be too far away. Take care, and we'll see you again in a few weeks. Yes, thank you. Dr. Fisher patted my shoulder, and then he left me.
I love how you read it like an actual Russian. That's why I have you on the show. Charlie arrived about an hour later, and after I was discharged, he drove me straight to the Newtown fire station. God, I'm starting to do it too. I found Chief. It makes more sense if we were both drunk and we were just spewing out this entire story in a Russian accent. It'd be 10 times funnier. I found Chief Fire Officer Boyce inside his office. He was very surprised to see me. Tom, what are you doing here? I've been discharged from the hospital, sir, I replied. I handed over the papers Dr. Fisher had given to me. These are from Dr. Fisher. He said I was to give them to you immediately. Chief Fire Officer Boyce read the note and my medical certificate. I saw him raise his eyebrows when he read the note, but then he put it aside. I'll inform station officers still that you can return to light station work next week. In the meantime, I hope you continue to recover quietly at home. Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
With Boyce, can you keep Seraph, the merchant from Dust and Elysian Tale in mind? I don't know if you can pull that off.
Wait. Are you talking about the one that makes the fidget doll?
No, the one where it's like he's like cloaked. He's like, your transaction is most appreciated.
I see.
Yes.
Like something very shady. There.
Yes.
Alright. Alright.
I gave him a quick salute. Thank you, sir. After I'd left the Newtown fire station, Charlie drove me home in his car. I think you'll surprise everyone, Charlie remarked as he drove along. We weren't expecting you to be discharged until Wednesday. And every time Charlie talks, I think of the merchant who made the fidget doll, which, by the way, that is my favorite line of dialogue. Dust, maybe I can keep this one forever. Fidget, I don't know you. I don't know you. My favorite line of dialogue.
That was actually their favorite to record. Like, just their favorite line of the whole entire thing between Dust and Fidget was I guess I'll have to keep it forever.
I know. I fiddled with my sling. I'm just so delighted to finally be going home. How did you manage an early release? I was doing so well that Dr. Fisher decided it was pointless keeping me there. Might as well not tell him about my nightmare or my homesickness. Oh, trying to be big and brave, bugaboo. If I fed you a mushroom, would that make you shut up?
Poisonous mushroom.
It's not even the mushroom that technically cures, like, the poison. It's not the good mushroom. Jesus.
It's the one that brings you down a level. Like, you'll lose your fire flower if you touch that mushroom.
Yeah. Oh my god. Why are we thinking of Dust and Elysian Tale references in a story that's just... See, that's how off-putting the story is. It just makes you think of other references. And then it makes it easier to get through it.
I was making a Mario reference right there.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I've still got dust on the brain. Looking up, I saw that we were...
Don't touch the purple mushrooms.
Don't touch the purple mushrooms. That's the title of this episode. Don't touch the purple mushrooms. Looking up, I saw that we were approaching the place where I'd had my accident. A flashback of the fox jumping into my path flashed through my mind, and I drew in a sharp, nervous breath. Charlie heard it, and he kindly slowed down a little. Congratulations, you just triggered a Vietnam flashback. There's Fox the fuck!
No, not back to Nom. That damn fox almost killed me, Nom.
Fucking... What on earth is wrong with me? I could ask you the same question, buddy. I've never had flashbacks before, even if I had a near miss during an emergency. I suppose the kids are all at school, I said, trying to take my mind off my accident. Yeah, they won't be expecting you, so it'll be a nice surprise for them. At that moment, we heard a siren approaching. Looking ahead, I saw Jupiter coming towards us. Penny was driving, and she had Elvis and Arnold with her.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
And it's like
anytime he gets mentioned, just do that.
and it says trying to take my mind off my accident. Little did they know, he actually shit his pants right there.
That's not an image I want in my head. Thank you, Acxra. Thank you for that kind input. You know what? And with Arnold, I think anytime he speaks, we should just do Reed from Dust. We should just change everyone's voices to the voice cast of like Dust and Elysian Tale. This will make this story 10 times interesting.
I don't know if I can do a read.
No. I'll do it because I'm crazy and insane enough to do it. And I'm nearly at his pitch too. Charlie quickly pulled over as close to the wall as he could, as he could get, giving them just enough room to pass. I can't wait to be back on the front line. Now I know how Station Officer Steele feels. Can we go straight to the fire station, please, Charlie? Of course, Sam. But then you need to come home to my place to rest. You're looking exhausted already. And it's not... Ah, Jesus, I yawn. And it's not good you saying that you're not, because I know you too well. I know how to read, I promise. I sighed in defeat. Now I suppose Charlie and Bronwyn will wrap me in a cotton wool while I'm staying with them. It's the last thing I need. As soon as we arrived at the fire station, I headed straight upstairs to the control room. The door was open, and I saw Station Officer Steele looking at the map screen 700. He had his back to me, so I snuck up behind him. Penny? Radioed. Station Officer Steele radioed. I know how to read, I promise. Speaking into his headset. What's the situation? Over. We've located Joe, sir, Penny replied, and I could hear over the map screen 7,700. Same fucking number. Just one less zero. Map screen 700's loudspeaker. His hot air balloon landed in the top of a tree, but it's too high for Jupiter's ladders to reach. You'd better call Tom Thomas, sir, I said. Okay, so Tom Thomas is about as stereotypical Australian as you can get. So think of Augustine, I think is his name.
Yeah, it's Augustine, mate. I can't do a very good Australian accent, but I can try.
G'day, mate.
Hey there, mate.
You want to arm wrestle? You'd better call Tom Thomas.
Go on.
You better call Tom Thomas, sir, I said as my familiar adrenaline rush kicked in. Arg! Station Officer Steele yelled. He spun around to face me, removing his headset in the process. Sam, how many times have I told you not to sneak up on me like that? He rested his head in his hand. Sorry, sir, but you were rather preoccupied when I arrived. Station Officer Steele held out his headset. You, Radio Tom Sam, my nerves are in tatters now. Wow. Somebody needs a hug. No, not really. I'm fine. How about a kiss?
Hug? Hi. You want a hug?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna lie, that's fucking creepy as shit. Chuckling, I took the headset from him and I put it on. Fireman Sam to Tom Thomas. Sam, great to hear your voice on the radio again, mate. What's up? Joe Sparks, he's flown his hot air balloon into a tree in the forest. I'm on my way. Dear God, not even I can do that. I then radioed Penny. Penny, it's Sam. Sam, what on earth? What? Okay, did I read that right? Sam, What on earth are you doing on the radio?
I'm doing the Earth, thank you very much.
It's the singular Earth.
I am a naturalist. I am getting doing the Earth.
I'm nature as we speak right now. Way to go, Penny. Way to go. GG author, well played. Why do we subject ourselves to this shit? Who did we
For
piss
other
off to
people's
do this?
amusement.
Let's see. I'll explain later. I'm just letting you know that Tom is on his way with Wallaby too. Out. I handed the headset back to Station Officer Steele. Thank you, Sam. Chief Fire Officer Boyce phoned to say that you've been released from the hospital. But I I know how to read, I promise. But I wasn't expecting to see you at all today. Do you honestly imagine that I'd be able to stay away from here any longer than necessary? No, he placed a caring hand on my shoulder. But you'd better go and rest now. You look exhausted. I'm sure we'll be glad to have you back with us next week. Yes, sir. I'll see you around. If anyone else tells me that I look tired and need a rest, I'll scream. You want to do another chapter of this shit?
I don't have the time.
Alright, so we'll end the recording there then. That has been all for this shit show, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Hosty Ghosty.
And I'm Acxra.
And me and this creepy little fuck are out of here.
Yeah, I don't believe in destiny. I just do what's best for me. Don't listen to my enemies, they're just full of jealousy. Yeah, this legacy, you gon' see what's left of me. You gon' see success in me. You ain't seen the rest of me. I just wanna be the best at what I know. Better than the rest, just watch me grow. Put me to the test and watch me go. This is my quest, I'ma make it known. They call me obsessive, oh I know. Call me selective with my notes. Call me aggressive with my flow. Call me offensive even though Joe, I ain't gonna lie, life's tough. Try to get by, life's rough. Try to do it right, it's not enough. Even though you try, you still mess up. But I'm still gonna fight for what I love. Still gonna die for what I love. Still gonna try, I won't give up. Still gonna fight until I